Greetings and welcome to Math0930 Intermediate Algebra. I'm your instructor, Dr. Barry Smith. So my office is in PS 130. This is my phone number. Leave a message if you call. Probably the best way to get to me outside of my office hours and class is my email address. Don't forget you have to use your Casper College email address. These will be my office hours for this semester, so if you have any questions, you always can look on Moodle and you'll see that. Here's a short intro video about myself. You're watching the Moodle overview video. This is how you get the MyOpenMath login credentials. If you've got mom credentials from another semester, you can go ahead and use those. You don't have to get a new set of credentials. You just use those. Here announcements will be posted. This is kind of the course content, what's in the course. Here's probably one of the more important links. It's throughout the whole thing, but this is my YouTube channel. And so it's basically kind of some short lecture videos about everything that we're going to cover this semester. And so when you click onto that, you'll see all the different lectures that we are going to cover. So that's going to be something that might be useful for you on top of reading the book. Course documents, we've got the syllabus. Make sure you read that completely. Calendar of events, which is at the end of the syllabus, but kind of the schedule we're going to follow. Here's a link to the testing center and their hours. And so this semester, I'm going to have you take exams at the testing center. That way you get more time and we don't have to worry about, only a 50-minute allotment of time. So if it takes you 20 minutes, you can take it and be done and out. If it takes you 2.5 hours, you can still do that and it doesn't matter. And you just schedule your appointment here and you'll look for my class. Here's our textbook, and that's basically the whole book. You can just download that and you can read it. You can print it, however you want to do it. Here's a Math Study Skills PDF. It kind of gives you ideas on how to study for the class, as well as any class for that matter. And there's going to be study skills journals you have to post on. So once you read that, kind of go into each of the modules and see, I think it's the odd modules that we have study skills posts you have to do. And it'll say, okay, what 3 study skills are you using? Are they helping? Is there anything you've changed or whatever? And so be sure to read what the Study Skills Journal asks you to do. There's some help entering answers in Mom. Sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't. Some extra course videos by another instructor. It doesn't have a lot of problems, but it works some different problems. Here's some helpful links. So if you don't have login credentials for MyOpenMath, click that and that'll take you to MyOpenMath and it'll take you through it. Here's the Digital Learning Center, the Help Desk, Disability Services, Tutoring, and Study Resources. This is a good one because it kind of gives you information about the STEM Center, which is in PS 104, which is our math tutoring, as well as any science, and the Writing Center, and a statistics lab, and it also gives you some extra online resources as well. So that's kind of a helpful resource. And then the student handbook. Then we have some motivational videos on why we can all succeed in math. Basically, if you have the grit and the determination, you can succeed in the class. Nobody should fail this class. It should be one that you might have to work really hard at, but everybody should be able to pass. Some useful websites. The bottom 2, not so much probably for this class, but I keep them in there. Khan Academy, some extra videos that you might be able to find useful if you can find what you're looking for. Then we go into the modules. Now, the modules have the suggested dates that we're going to work on them. Sometimes the semester goes really well and we actually finish early. Sometimes the semester gets behind and we're a little late. But we have to get through everything. And so the key is we're going to try to hold the schedule as tight as possible. But if we get a little ahead, that's okay. Getting behind, that's not so good. So that's kind of my goals here. Well, there's an introduction to post in, and so be sure you do that. A syllabus quiz as well. It tells you kind of what's going on in the syllabus. Math poll, do you like math or hate it? Once you have your MyOpenMath login credentials, this is your first assignment. You'll click on here. It'll have you log in the first time with your MyOpenMath credentials, and then from then on, it's single sign-in. As soon as you sign into Moodle, you're signed into MyOpenMath, and you don't have to click on signing into MyOpenMath ever again. All your assignments are in this Moodle shell, and so you don't have to worry about actually going over into MyOpenMath and doing any assignments. And like I said, I put the YouTube channel here so everybody can find it in case they forget it's at the top. The objectives for the chapter, the readings, I think I tried to break out the readings for each chapter for the module. These first ones, these are just kind of extra ones. Sometimes they help, sometimes they don't. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. These are things that I don't have control over, so they're done by MyOpenMath, and so I can't do anything with those. And so if you find a broken link or it's not working, I can't actually see what you see on those. And so If you think it's wrong, it could be, but really the key item is this homework. And so that's what you have to do for each section. So 3.1, that's really the only thing you have to do. These are just practice things. That's the homework. And like 3.2, it's just the homework. And 3.3. And then we have a practice exam basically for chapter 3. And I think the way I'm going to do this class, because you have to go over to the testing center, we'll have the practice exam. You can practice it 3 times. And then the actual exam, I'm just going to leave it as an online exam. So since you're used to doing it practice here, we can do it here. And so it's just going to be kind of a similar thing. But before you take the exam, you need to do this pre-exam self-reflection. And it opens about 3 days before the actual exam. So, we said the 28th is the last day. So 25th is when it's going to open. And then you kind of tell me and yourself where you think you are as far as being ready for the exam. Are you behind? You're ahead? This should be an easy exam. I understand everything. And then you go take the exam in the testing center. And then afterwards, go home or even right then and while you're there after you submit it, go ahead and do your post-exam self-reflection. Oh, I did terrible, or oh, hey, I did awesome. This is an easy exam, and do that. And so it'll close on the last day after well, it actually opens the last day. Well, it opens the 28th, but it's going to be available until the midnight of the last day of the exams. Okay. So the way the exams are going to work, I guess I haven't explained that. This is the first day of the exam can be, so the 28th. And then you can take it the 28th, the 29th, or the 30th. So the reason why it opens on the 28th at 10 o'clock, the post, is because that's kind of the first time. If you take the exam on the 28th at 8 o'clock, which is the first day you can take it, then I'm figuring about 2 hours later, you might be done, or everybody should be done in less than an hour, I'm thinking. But you should be able to do it then, and so that's why it's open and then. So if you're taking it really early, you might not have open. But if you take it in a later date, up to the 30th, when it closes at midnight, basically, then you can take it right afterwards. And then one last thing to do is the study skills journal. And again, that's just telling you, are you using the study skills that are given to you in that study skills PDF, and how are you using them, and do they seem to be working for you? Module 2 on really does the same thing. Starts with the YouTube channel, objectives, the chapter reading, and then you basically have your homework and all those extra kind of hidden assignments that really don't count for anything. Then you have your practice exam, you have your pre and post exam reflection, and as well as your exam. Module 2 doesn't have a study skills journal, but once you get back to Module 3, everything's the same, and we do have that study skills journal again. Okay, and so you have basically the same format, clear up through the final, and then a final, you've got a final review, so practice, then a pre and post exam, the final exam, and then there's this kind of a short exit survey. So, that's kind of the rough way Moodle's going to work, and we'll talk about how the actual in-class part's going to work when we get to in-class. Hopefully that will help you.